So you said a few moments ago that the president can do two things at once. He can do foreign policy, he can do domestic policy. You guys have said repeatedly before that the president can be president anywhere.
As I've said, as my colleague just said moments ago, the president could be president anywhere. He can do the work of the American people abroad, and certainly he does it every day here when we're in the White House. So that's not going to change.
So why then would he cancel part of his trip?
I didn't say he was canceling part of his trip.
No, but you said you're reevaluating it.
I said we're reevaluating, but we've made, there's not been a cancellation as yet, but that could happen. We'll see where it goes. I think, to get to, I think the gist of your question is, the president often has to make tough decisions about how and where he's going to spend his time. And as I think we've also made clear, Karine has made clear a gazillion times up here, how seriously the president takes this priority about defaulting on the national debt, and what that says about the United States, not just here at home, but around the world, and how that can affect our own international reputation. Because there's countries like Russia and China that would love nothing more than for us to default. So they could point the finger and say, you see, the United States is not a stable, reliable partner. So that is a high priority, as it should be for the president. So look, we're going to reevaluate here the rest of the week after the G7, and we'll see where it goes. But if the trip gets truncated or changed or modified in any way, it should be nothing more than a statement of the president putting his priorities where he believes they need to be. And again, I want to say, we wouldn't have to have this conversation. I wouldn't have to answer these questions if Congress just did the right thing.
Well, and to that point, though, you guys have been building up this trip, the Papua New Guinea, the historical significance of that, the Quad, and the extent to which it shows the importance of U.S. leadership in the Indo-Pacific at a moment of tensions with China. So if you were to cancel that portion of the trip, what message would that send to the region and about the United States' commitment to leadership in the Indo-Pacific?
I think I answered that question before. Again, I don't want to get ahead of where we are, but modifying an overseas trip to deal with this particular issue, an issue which is central to our international standing around the world, that's the message, that we understand how important it is that the United States not only say we are, but prove we are a reliable, stable, strong partner for our allies and partners around the world. And that stems from, and the president understands this, it stems from the reliability of our ability to pay our debts.
Go ahead, Raquel.
Thank you so much, Karine. Hi, John. Hey, Karen. So what's going to be President Biden's message to the G7 leaders who are worried about the possibility of unprecedented default in the United States? And also another topic discussed here in DC today, do you anticipate they will discuss artificial intelligence and also the ChatGPT during the meetings there, and how can the U.S. work with other countries on this matter?
So on your first question, the president's message to the G7 will continue to be, as I said to Jeremy, that the United States is a strong, reliable partner, and that he's working hard to get the debt ceiling raised, as it should be, because he understands the importance of that to our international reputation and our credibility, and that they don't need to worry about that part of it. And look, as I said in my opening statement, and it wasn't just some accidental line I threw in there. Since day one, the president has focused on revitalizing our vast alliances and our network of partnerships. No other nation in the world enjoys that network the way the United States does, and the president has put an awful lot of personal capital into revitalizing those partnerships. And just look what that has done. Just pick one thing. Look at Ukraine. The convening power of the United States under President Biden and what we've been able to do internationally for Ukraine. That needs to continue. Ukraine will be on the agenda, of course. So that will be the president's message. Now, as for AI and the chat function, I can't. I don't know if that specific application is going to come up, but you can expect that. As in the course of the discussions that they will be having, that these leaders will have a chance to talk about science and technology and the importance of appropriate behavior in that space.
Okay,